special feature of this assault rifle, besides its unusual appearance, is its versatility. It can be converted into 5 other weapons: submachine gun, carbine, automatic rifle, sniper rifle, handgun, by replacing standard modules. About all this, advantages and disadvantages, I will tell you in this video. Steyr AUG, Army Universal Gewehr, Army Universal Rifle, is a set of small arms manufactured in 1977 by the Austrian company Steyr Puch, now Steyr AG and Co. KG. This rifle utilizes bullpup layout, where the magazine and bolt assembly are located behind the fire control handle and trigger. There are 2 firing modes, single shot and automatic fire. It can also be upgraded to single shot and 3-shot cutoff fire. The Steyr AUG appeared as part of a program to develop a new infantry weapon for the Austrian army. In the late 1960s, it was decided that the army needed to rearm from St. G 58 rifles, licensed copies of the Belgian FN-FAL. A rearmament program was developed, and its direct execution was entrusted to Steyr Puch AG and Swarovski Optik. Steyr Puch AG was to develop and implement a fundamentally new infantry weapon that would meet the strict competitive requirements of the Austrian army. The developers were tasked with creating the most universal single infantry weapon, which could fulfill all the functions previously performed by a variety of infantry platoon weapons. In addition, the new infantry weapon system had to be relatively lightweight, transportable, ergonomic, reliable, easy to maintain, and have good accuracy. The Steyr company approached the issue in a rather original way. Instead of creating an average weapon, they decided to go for modular assembly. The AUG is made up of interchangeable modules, so it can be easily converted into any weapon from submachine gun to sniper rifle. 3 Austrian designers, Horst Wesp, Karl Wagner, and Karl Moser, played a significant role in the development of the new weapon, while Walter Stoll supervised the project on the Austrian army side. This design cannot claim to be absolutely original. Before the AUG was developed, the bullpup rifles had been used in machine guns since the early 20th century, but the Steyr designers managed to create the most successful combination of the existing designs, which made the project a success. The first working prototypes of the rifle appeared in the mid-1970s, and in 1977, the new weapon was adopted under the designation St. G 77, German Sturmgewehr 77. In 1978, mass serial production of the Steyr AUG was started, which continues to this day. In 1980s, the Steyr AUG was modified to use 9x19 parabellum ammunition, and a special adapter was installed to make it compatible with 9x19 parabellum magazines. HKAG 36 underbarrel grenade launcher can be installed instead of the front grip. Further development of this weapon continued on the path of increasing versatility. In 2005, AUG A3 model was introduced, which differed from earlier models by not using integrated telescopic sight in favor of standard Picatinny rail and replacing the folding foregrip with Picatinny rail. After this modification, it was possible to install almost any standard sight, from collimator to night sights. The replacement of the front grip with a folding grip allows installation of most of the standard modules, from tactical flashlight and folding grip to underbarrel grenade launcher or even combat shotgun. 2 small additional strips on the side of the barrel allow installation of laser and other necessary additions. Thus, the owner can personally determine the level of functionality he needs and the level of loading of the weapon with additional accessories. The AUG A3 is equipped with Picatinny rail instead of integrated optics mount, which allows to mount almost any optics, night sights, collimator sights, as well as sighting blocks and conventional mechanical sights. Picatinny rails are installed at the front of the receiver instead of the folding foregrip, which allows mounting of a variety of foregrips, tactical flashlights, laser designators, and even 40mm underbarrel grenade launchers. The AUG is gas-operated, short-stroke gas-operated piston. The bolt is locked by rotating the bolt by 7 locking lugs on a steel coupling located in the receiver. The bolt is fitted with a spring-loaded ejector and a spring-loaded deflector. The standard bolt has the ejector located on the right side of the bolt, so that the cartridge cases are ejected to the right. If necessary, the standard bolt can be replaced by a left-side ejector, which will ensure proper direction of cartridge case flight. The bolt is located on the bolt carrier, which is mounted on two hollow tubes inside the gun body. As standard, the left-hand rod serves as the pusher, which transmits the cocking motion of the grip to the bolt. The right one is the gas piston rod. Inside these tubes, behind the bolt, is the recoil spring, inside of which the rod, the guide rod, passes. The charging handle is stationary during firing, but if necessary, it can be rigidly connected to the bolt carrier by pressing the button on the handle. In the Steyr AUG A2 model, the charging handle can be folded upwards and has a slightly modified shape. The trigger mechanism is a separate module located in the stock. It is connected to the trigger by trigger rods. The safety is in the form of a transverse button above the grip, which locks the trigger pull. Firing modes are switched by pulling the trigger to varying degrees of severity. Incomplete pull causes a single shot. Full pull causes a burst of fire. There is no manual fire mode selector as such. Almost all of the trigger mechanism is made of plastic, except for pins, springs, striker, and trigger rods. To modify Steyr AUG into a handgun, conversion kits are available, which modify the trigger guard to fire from open bolt. There are 3 variants of this module, which provide different firing modes: single shots, 3-shot bursts, and continuous bursts. Steyr AUG ammunition is fed from double-row box magazines, made of impact-resistant plastic, with side inserts made of transparent polymer, for visual control of the amount of ammunition in the magazine. 3 types of magazines are available, with capacity of 9, 30, and 42 rounds. The first type of magazine is usually used for civilian models. The second type of magazine is standard on the AUG, and the third type is standard on handguns. The longer 42-round magazine is a bit inconvenient when firing from a lying position. The magazine catch is located behind the magazine slot and is equally accessible to right and left hands, although it is located somewhat awkwardly. Variants of the submachine gun use 25-round steel magazines. The main sighting aid for the Steyr AUG A1 is a 1.5x fixed telescopic sight built into the carrying handle. The sight housing is a part of the receiver. Only on some models, intended for use as sniper rifles, a weaver rail was installed instead of the sight and grip. In case of optics failure, the front sight and rear sight are located on the upper surface of the case. Starting with the A2 model, the front sight is removable and can be fitted with a variety of sighting aids, such as Viver or Picatinny rail. The A3 model has an already installed Picatinny rail for mounting sights and 3 slats for mounting additional devices. The case is made of impact-resistant plastic monolithically, with a brace covering the trigger and shooter's hand, and in A1 and A2 models, with a pistol grip. Case extraction windows are located on the left or right side of the gun. Depending on the type of bolt group, one of them is covered by a plastic cover. Access to weapon components and mechanisms is achieved by removing the buttstock, which is secured by a crosspin, on which is located the rear belt clip. The body can be painted in different colors, the most common being olive green for the Army, but there are also variants of desert coloring and black for police forces. The shape of the body gives the Steyr AUG a distinctive futuristic look. All Steyr AUGs are equipped with a carrying belt and can be equipped with 40 MEM 203 underbarrel grenade launcher. Any of the Steyr AUG models can be modified with a standard set of modules into submachine gun, carbine, assault rifle, sniper rifle, and handgun. The assault rifle is fitted with a 508 mm barrel as standard. By replacing the barrel with a 350 mm or 407 mm short barrel and bolt group for pistol cartridge, the result is a submachine gun for 9.9 Snime Parabellum cartridge. Standard magazines from Steyr MPI 69 are connected with a special adapter, which is included in the kit. In the case of the carbine, a shortened barrel of 407 mm is installed, and the rest of the barrel remains unchanged. This modification is used to equip the AUG for equipment crews and, in some cases, paratroopers. The sniper rifle is equipped with a 621 mm long barrel, which can be fitted with bipods. The thicker and longer barrel improves the accuracy of the rifle, which allows the AUG to be used as a rather mediocre automatic sniper rifle with the 5.56 Go 45 me a NATO cartridge. When used as a handgun, the barrel is replaced with an extended 621 mm barrel, and the bolt carrier group is replaced. Ammunition is fed from high-capacity 42-round magazines, or from standard 30-round magazines. The resulting submachine gun is inferior in terms of tactical and technical characteristics to many weapons originally of this design, but is nevertheless capable of effectively accomplishing all of its tasks. Steyr AUG is produced in a number of countries under license. For example, in Australia, the AUG is produced under license and is designated F88A1. Like any other weapon, the Steyr AUG has its advantages and disadvantages. Some of them are due to the bullpup design. Some of them are individual peculiarities of this model. Advantages: the bullpup design allows to reduce the overall length of the weapon while maintaining the same barrel length. Shift of the bolt group to the buttstock has a positive effect on accuracy. Center of gravity shifted to the buttstock allows the fighter to quickly transfer fire along the front and in depth, thanks to the low magnification telescopic sight. Quite high reliability of assemblies and mechanisms. Ability to fire when water is present in the barrel channel. Possibility to reconfigure weapon modules according to the tactical task, from submachine gun to handgun or sniper rifle. Can be adapted for right or left-handed shooters by moving the extractor window. Starting with the A2 model, the universal NATO scope mount allows the weapon to be equipped with NATO standard sights according to the tactical task at hand. In the A3 model, the availability of universal mounts has only increased, giving the Steyr AUG even more flexibility in customizing the weapon to the intended mission. Semi-transparent plastic magazine allows to visually control the amount of ammunition. Disadvantages: highly positioned sights force the shooter to rise higher from cover, for example, when firing from a lying position. The extractor window is too close to the shooter's face, and when firing from the left hand with the right side extractor, the cartridge cases fly directly into the shooter's face. Although the Steyr AUG has the ability to change the position of the ejector window, it is almost impossible to change it in combat conditions. Specific location of the magazine makes reloading very difficult, especially when firing from a prone position. Also, this arrangement makes it impractical to use twin magazines. This is due to the fact that the purpose of using dual magazines is to speed up reloading, and because of significant difficulties in switching to the second magazine from the twin magazine, this advantage is leveled out, and it is easier and faster to get and load a new single magazine. However, this is a subjective imaginary disadvantage, more characteristic of those fighters who are used to the weapon with the magazine positioned after the trigger. Because the magazine is located at a sufficient distance from the shoulder and the edge of the buttstock, and the distance from the magazine to the chest or belt, where the fighter can keep spare magazines, is smaller than in the classic layout, and this allows to reduce reloading time. The location and specific design of the recoil spring system can lead to weapon failures when attempting to fire after the rifle is removed from the mud. In this case, it will be necessary to manually eject the next cartridge, which is better than the complete failure of other types of rifles with the magazine located after the trigger guard. This is true for submachine guns without gas piston. The Steyr AUG is in service with the Austrian Army and Police, and has been adopted in Australia, New Zealand, Morocco, Bolivia, France, as well as in armies and law enforcement agencies of other countries, including the U.S. Coast Guard and police forces of some U.S. states. The Steyr AUG was developed as part of the Austrian Army's rearmament program, according to the new tactical concept common in the 1970s to 1980s. The AUG is an all-purpose rifle system, which allows to equip infantry platoon members with all necessary types of light small arms, depending on the mission, and with minimal funds. In its basic configuration, it is designed for firing at a range of up to 300 meters by small tactical groups of up to a platoon in fast-paced combat at medium and short ranges. The AUG is most effective in urban combat. Steyr AUG can realize its advantages to the maximum extent when armed with well-trained groups of airmobile infantry, police units, motorized infantry, as part of large military formations with deeply echeloned and duplicated logistics system. The AUG proved itself quite well during the Iraq War, where it was used in this way. In general, the Steyr AUG is quite effective and reliable weapon, which allows infantry platoon to flexibly adapt to the current tactical situation, and is most effective in urban combat and lightning assault operations. Mechanisms and automatics with timely cleaning and replacement are effective and reliable. Based on its design and tactical and technical characteristics, the AUG is a suitable weapon for small professional armies in non-military countries, airmobile infantry groups, or similar special forces designed for lightning strikes and special police units. The Steyr AUG was ranked 7th in a survey conducted by the Military Channel to find out the 10 best small arms of the 20th century. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell so you don't miss new exciting videos. See you in the next video, where we will continue to reveal the secrets of the gun world. See you soon.